Let's start off with the ingredients. We're gonna need some water, rama, vanilla essence, brown sugar, salt, and all-purpose flour. In my case, it's cake wheat flour, 3 eggs, and for the coating, we are going to need some white sugar, salt, and cocoa, including cinnamon. So let's get started in our baking. So we're gonna start off by adding the water in a pan, a saucepan, if I should say so myself, and then we're going to add some sugar. Basically, we're gonna add majority of those ingredients all at once, except for the eggs. So we're gonna add some salt. Like the previous video, if you guys haven't watched that video, I will link it down below and also up here on the screen. We're gonna add some butter as well, and then obviously, if you guys want the measurements and the proportions of everything, we are going to put them in the description box down below, so don't forget to check that out if you want to try this out. So we're not just gonna make like normal churros, we're gonna make mini churros, which make it easier for, you know, when you have guests over and you just, you know, wanna nibble on something, it makes it a whole lot easier. It's not filling, it won't upset your stomach, you still have room for your Christmas lunch or any food that's gonna come after that. That's why I like this one. And then letting everything come to a simmer or a boil in my case. I'm gonna whisk it up and then add some flour to the mix, and then we're just gonna make sure that we get all the lumps out, and then soon basically this paste is gonna form and it should be able to detach from the sides of the pan. And then as soon as that comes together, we're going to remove the saucepan from the heat, put it on the side, and then mix up our eggs, which I did on the side while I was waiting for everything to come to a boil, because I mean, what's a woman without multitasking, right? I have no doubt that some men can multitask as well, but well, I like to multitask sometimes. I don't like sitting and waiting when I could be doing something else. So you guys can choose what you feel like. So basically with the eggs, you're gonna whisk up your 3 eggs and add a bit of vanilla essence, mix it up, and then add it to your mix. It's gonna go back to being lumpy again, so do best to use a whisk to mix it all together. And then once I was satisfied with everything mixed up together, I'm gonna take a wooden spoon and make sure that it separates from the sides and everything becomes one basically. And then when I'm done, I'm going to get what is this thing called? You guys will see it, it's gonna pop up now. I forgot what it's called. It's basically the tools that you use to create churros, or if you want to create those designer biscuits. Yeah, this tool right here. I filled it up, and then I started, you know, going at, how do we call this, squeezing out this mixture onto a pan that I lined with a baking sheet. That way it doesn't stick to the bottom or anything like that. And this is a nice way of actually baking without having to add extra oils or whatever. And then as soon as I was done, I put it into the oven and we let it bake. And as soon as it was done baking, we added it to this mix. I'll show it to you now. We're going to start with the sauce. Basically, we're going to melt down our chocolate, and then as soon as it's melted, I'm gonna whisk it up and add some cream to the mix, just so you know we can make it more liquidy or more liquid form, so that we can create this nice dip for our churros. And then honestly, this chocolate was so bitter, I ended up adding more cream than I needed to, just so I can cut through the bitterness. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyways, getting that chocolate, but well, I saw them using it on TV and I figured, hey, why not? So I also added a touch of vanilla essence. You'll see I love vanilla essence a lot. I love everything smelling good, and this also helps in, you know, the aroma in the house, makes your house smell good. And then I added a bit of flour to thicken it up after adding so much cream, and then added a bit of cocoa. This gave it a nice touch and a nice punch to this dip. Although yes, the chocolate has 70% cocoa in it, why not add a powdered form, huh? And then moving on to what we're going to basically coat our churros in, we're going to add some sugar, and then we're going to add cinnamon and cocoa to it as well. And then we also a touch of salt, a pinch of salt. Obviously all the measurements will be in the description box. Do not panic. I do it that way so you can easily screenshot it, so that you don't have to keep on going back and listening to how much I added of what. And we're done. That's what they look like. This could be more of a finger snack that you can have when you guys are watching movies or TV alongside with popcorn. A little bit, give it a little bit of variety, would be nice. So you can just get yourself a mini serving dish and just throw them in there. They are more crunchy because they are small, so obviously that increases the crunch. Okay, and then on the side you could serve our chocolate dip mixture. You can get yourself a little Remy can, and you can just pour that to the side. You can pour this to the side and you can just serve it up like that. So basically all you do is just take a mini churro and then dip it and indulge. Yeah, it's definitely biscuit-like. I don't know how I feel about this one. The combo is nice. Let me have this alone. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'll let my brother decide. Yes, he just finished his malva pudding. Guys, he's been quiet since he's been eating, eh? I guess I'm doing something good. He's closing his eyes. I don't know. He gave it a nod.